Hello once again folks, Fáilte Roibh. Welcome to another video from Gundog and Fly. And I've been asked by quite a few people, how do I tie my articulated streamers? And in this video I'm going to show you. So I'll show you first of all what you require. Now there's many ways of tying articulated streamers. I just have my own way of doing it, and it's not that difficult. Just requires a little bit of dexterity and a few tools. A flat-nosed pliers, basically it's flat, and little snips, or a wire cutter, and common paper clip. So that's I'll show you what I do with the paper clips to prepare them right now. Okay, now what we're trying to make are these boys here. We make them from a paper clip, and it's very simple. All we do is open up our paper clip. The metal is relatively soft but quite strong at the same time. I'll just hang it over the screwdriver like that. Squeeze it with the flat pliers. Now you have first half done. Now the holes, or the eyes if you like, need to be at right angles to each other. So very simply you just hold the one you've already formed between your thumb and your finger. Okay. Don't drop the screwdriver, and you bend the wire over the screwdriver again, and again just another squeeze at this end, and now we have both eyes. And you just cut the wire to roughly the same length, and you can bend it into shape if it's not already in the right shape. It's very easy to manipulate it. And there we are, that's it. That's the part I'm going to use to articulate the fly. But first of all, I'm going to tie the first half of the fly, which is tied on a hook. Okay, that's it, simple. Okay, the fly we're going to tie is this boy here. As you can see, he's articulated in two halves, plenty of movement in him, and he works really well on trout, and I'm quite sure he'd work for other species as well. I call him the angry bird because he has that kind of angry look about him. The yellow eyes I think do that, but anyway. Okay, the hook. I'm using a size 4. This is the brand that I'm using, but any size 4 streamer hook or good strong hook will do the same thing. So this is the first half of the hook. The tying thread I'm using is it's GSP black. Okay, right. Just make a start here and get the thread on. Right down just to the bend. And now rabbit zonker in black. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to judge the length here. So I'm going to go approximately twice the length of the hook, or thereabouts. Right. I'm going to cut that off. Now, what I do with the zonker is where the tail is, I try and cut it to a point without cutting too much of the fur out. So, because I find that if it's cut to a point, it just seems to swim better. So I'm looking, you can see the shape there now. Okay. Now that's the length. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to wet my finger and thumb, my index finger and thumb, and I'm going to tie down that zonker just there in the gap. Right. Now just hold it up out of the way. Now next I'm going to form a dubbing loop by doubling up the thread like this. There we go. Now into the dubbing loop I'm going to put some of this. This is sort of rainbow dubbing. I don't know what make it is or anything. It's just kind of got a multitude of fibers that create kind of a rainbow effect, as you can see. I'm just putting in try and keep an even amount to each side of the thread. Now on my dubbing spinner, okay, now give it a turn like that, and that's going to form, if you like, the body of the fly. I'm putting back on it here, as you can see, just not that it makes a lot of difference, but it'll give it the right shape. Now, tie that off. Now, put it forward, put it down like that, put forward my rabbit zonker, tie it in there. Now, with finish. And a second one just for security. And that essentially is the first half of the fly tied. Now, our paper clip, our remanufactured paper clip, pops onto the eye of the hook like that. There we go. Now we're going to hang the hook down under the jaws of the vise like this. You don't want to have the hook on the top because you'll inevitably get your fingers caught. So I'm going to tidy up this little paper clip effort now by just tying down the wire to straighten it. Next, I'm just going to get my dumbbell eyes. Now I think of all the yellow ones used up. No, I think I have one left. So we'll continue with yellow. They come in a variety of different colours. You can use red, green. They come in a multitude of colours. I've just straightened up the paper clip there. Call it the paper clip. So I'm going to tie in the eyes. Figure of 8. I'm going to give that another slight bend that direction. That's better now. Figure of 8, and now I'm going under the dumbbell eyes like that, and that will lock them into place. They're very solid now. Now, what we can do at this point, if you want to add even more weight, is a little lead wire. If you want it to get down deep fast, so I'm just putting a little piece of lead wire on there. Now if you're fishing high water, put on the lead wire. If you're fishing relatively low water, the dumbbell eyes alone will do. I'm just going to A few wraps of thread over that. Now, back to the rabbit's anchor again. Now this time we want the rabbit's anchor to just go beyond about a length and a half of the paper clip. There we are, around there. And again I'm going to just cut the hide into a point. That's it. Again, wet the fingers and the hair will behave itself. Make sure that's now. 2 turns. 3 turns will hold it in position. Now I'm going to form another dubbing loop. And again, my rainbow dubbing. So these flies do take a little bit longer than I normally spend on flies, but that's just the nature of it. That's just the way they have to be. So again, I'm using the dubbing spinner. There you go. Don't have to be too particular how it goes on, it's just to add a little flash. I bring it just to the front of the dumbbell eyes, and now I pull over my hide. Hang on a second. I need to bring my thread forward first. Tie this in. I'm trying to jump the cue there. Tie down the hide like that. The rabbit's anchor, pull any bits of dubbing back the way. Now, next part. I'm just going to cut some fur off the hide here. Like this. Tie that in front. We're kind of building a head with the fur. If you, ideally, you want your streamer to be sort of tapered from back to front, because that is the natural shape of most bait fish. Or most aquatic fishes and the like, they're tapered from, they're heavier at the front than at the back, basically. So now I'm just going to go over here. Be careful you don't catch your finger in the hook at the back. And again, just going to straighten that up there. Build quite a big head on it, because once it connects with water, obviously the the shape will change to a much slimmer, and we want it just to be that little bit heavier at the front than behind. So another clump. Now, just going to give that a quick whip there. Rotate it once more and have a look. Yeah, I could do it a little more on the bottom, so I'm going to add just another little bit. Where's my scissors? That's well held. Good finish. And again, that's essentially it. You can apply a little head cement or varnish if you like to the thread, just to give it that little bit of extra protection. There we go. And that's it, that's your angry bird. Right folks, that's how I tie my articulated streamers, or at least that's one of the methods I use. There are many. The little angry bird, I've no doubt I'll catch some trout on this, and I'll show you when I'll make a video of when I fish it and show you how effective it can be and how lifelike it is in the water. So get tying. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and if you really want to support the channel, there's a link in the description to my Patreon page where any support would be thankfully acknowledged. So sinna bhfuil uamsa don tráseo be me chaint ríis libh an céadúir eile idir an gálinn bigí sláin agus bigí a gíoscaracht.